Hi, I'm Beatrice, and I'm here with my team to answer some of your burning questions around the Leading from the South grant-making process.
Are you thinking of applying for a grant under LFS? Are you wondering who we fund under LFS? Or even what Leading from the South means? Well, we're here to answer all these and more.
We are keen to work with eligible women's rights organizations. This video will guide you to ensure that your application meets all the requirements.
But before we go into the application process, let me tell you a little about the Leading from the South initiative. LFS is a funding initiative designed and managed by AWDF and 3 other women's rights organizations in the Global South. Under LFS, AWDF funds in Africa and 6 countries in the Middle East. The Women's Fund Asia funds in the Asia region, while Fondu Mujeres de Sur funds in Latin America and the Caribbean. And the International Indigenous Women's Forum, FIMI, funds indigenous women's groups around the world.
Leading from the South is funded by the Netherlands Ministry of Foreign Affairs and aims at supporting advocacy and lobbying by women's rights organizations in the Global South to influence policy and decision-making towards the full achievement of women's rights. In this context, advocacy refers to the capacity of any group to access and influence policy and decision-making processes. It also means shaping public debate on important social issues that affect their rights and their well-being. So, who is eligible for LFS funding? Well, your organization must be registered for at least 3 years and must be women-led, with a majority of staff being women. You must also have a proven track record of working on women's rights. Applicants may be individual organizations, or they may apply in a consortium with other organizations with similar goals and values.
Before you start the application process, it is important that you read the application guidelines carefully to ensure that you meet the minimum requirements and that you apply for the right category. We receive a considerable number of applications for each round, which we screen rigorously to select successful applicants.
The response received for our first round of grant making was truly amazing. We received a total of 641 applications, out of which 105 met the stated criteria, with 23 organizations finally being selected for the award of grants. For those that did not qualify, the reasons were mainly due to applicants not meeting the basic requirements and applicants not submitting the required documentation. So please remember to read the guidelines carefully.
Activities that we fund include advocacy and campaigning, training and leadership development, media and communications, alliance and movement building, and strategic litigation. But specifically, all must be in relation to women's rights and strengthening women's movement. African women make the impossible happen. To help them do this, we fund them. But remember, the only way we can learn about you and your project is through your application. Therefore, follow the guidelines and fill the application form right. On our part, we'll notify you when we receive your application, but only successful applicants will be contacted after screening. If you haven't heard from us within 4 months of putting in your application, it means you have not been selected.
For more information, please visit our website www.awdf.org or reach us on any of our social media platforms. Leading from the South, resourcing advocacy for women's rights.